Welcome to Popternative, where we dive into topical discussions from the worlds of pop culture, social media, and sports. Here is your host, Peter Remoliotis, aka PD Beats.
PD Beats here from Popternative, speaking to Emily Roman about The Lake, which is streaming now on Prime Video. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for your time.
Hi, thank you for having me.
No problem. It's pretty cool, right? Like you film this show, you snap your fingers, and it's out. What's this last couple of weeks been for you now that it's finally out?
It's been really incredible because I've been reminiscing a lot about last summer when we were filming, and honestly, it seems almost as no time has passed because I haven't seen all these people I've been filming with since filming, so it's been nice to sort of revisit and like remember all the fun times we had on set. So it came together beautifully, and I'm just really happy everyone can see it now.
You've been a storyteller for quite some time. I know there was dancing, now there's acting and everything. What kind of drew you towards like storytelling specifically, Emily?
Yeah, well, I've always loved performing my whole life, and I started with dance. That was my main way of channeling it. And I always did, commercials, school musicals on the side, but when COVID hit, I really started prioritizing acting because that's what I see myself in a career most in like the different art forms. But I just feel like being able to connect with someone and resonate what you do and how you perform with people is amazing because I know when I watch something, it's really awesome to feel seen and feel connected. So I think that's the goal.
Absolutely. No, it's so true. And it's funny because I don't feel like people realize that like dancing is a perfect example of storytelling.
Yeah, and it's amazing because I love film and TV, but also performing live it's a whole different rush.
Yep.
And I did it for 10 years of my life, so it was definitely a big part of why I love to tell stories and perform, and I just channel that into acting as well.
And you're on The Lake, which is streaming now on Prime Video, a comedy series, but with some serious undertones. Like there's some kind of dark storylines there. A lot of characters dealing with a lot of personal issues and everything. What do you think about that, being in a comedy show that has a lot of serious undertones as well?
Yeah, I find that a lot of well-written jokes, they have a lot of layers to them that the viewers can analyze, and I think the Lake writers did a phenomenal job with that because it adds depth to the character. And I actually watched your interview with Madison Shimoon. You talked about genre bending, and I feel like there's also a lot of sub-genres in comedy itself in the show. Every character sort of has their own sort of comedic timing and way they express their trauma. So I think the writers did a great job with that.
Did you watch Did you watch clips of the interview? Or did you watch most of the interview?
I mean, I watched most of it.
We talked about Arthur a lot. I don't know if you saw that.
I actually did. I was like, you know what, this is a great interview. I mean,
it was literally like I was talking to her about that too. Like that interview just got taken over by Arthur. Like,
honestly, I was like, how did I get here? But I'm not complaining. I'm here for this.
Arthur is the greatest show of all time. I've said this on many interviews, and it's funny because I have friends because I'm originally from Montreal, and a lot of the voice actors are from Montreal. I have a lot of friends that they did voices on Arthur.
No
and
way.
It's like the coolest thing. Yeah, Arthur's the best. Did you grow up watching Arthur?
Yes, I did. Every morning before school, with my family.
It was like like a lot of those like PBS kids shows. Those were like the shows that kind of like paved the way.
Yeah, like do you know like Martha Speaks?
Yes, Martha Speaks. Martha Speaks. There was also Cyber Chase. Do you remember Cyber Chase?
You know what? It might be in the vault somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, there's so many. Martha Speaks, I remember that one for sure. There was tons of them. There was one after Arthur called Cyber Chase, which was like math equations and everything. Yeah, so
I mean, it either came on before I woke up or like once I left for school because they were always at the same time every morning. It was so mundane.
I know. I could talk about Arthur forever. There's so many things. There's so much sass with a lot of the characters.
Yeah, and it's like the depth in that too, because the jokes are like you get them differently when you grow up, and I love shows like that because they're kids show. But
there's like some jokes on that you go back and watch the clips, and it's not even like they're for kids, but they're very like witty jokes. Like there's
like, wait a second, like we have gotten this, like no.
Oh my god! We're gonna do it again. Prime Video is gonna get mad. The Lake.
No. had to have that. We just had to
We
let it
just have
out.
to have that. Arthur is the greatest show of all time, but it's no
Yeah.
secret. I've said that. I've dressed up as Arthur for Halloween. If you like
So
all my Instagram, oh yeah, I have.
it's
If you go
okay.
on my Instagram, it's there, and I
Uh,
repost it. It's one of those things. I mean, you're on TikTok, right? That's the
yeah.
TikTok thing. You know how like reposting things that do well. I
Yeah, you
do
just
that with.
gotta keep reliving your best moments. I know. Like you have that one iconic year, you just can't ever live up to it. So
I
you
feel like
just
people do that. That's like a TikTok thing, though, right? Like people will have a good video, and then like 3 4 months later, they might just post
yeah,
it.
because you get like famous for that one random thing you do, and you gotta keep trying to recreate it because
So
there's
I do
millions.
that. I do that with my Arthur thing. So around
That's
Halloween, I always like
okay.
repost it. It's fantastic. Okay, the Prime. Can you tell us a little bit about your character? Your character is part of around with Madison, Caitlin Bernard's on it too, and Brielle Robillard, all the squad. I'm sure you called
Yeah.
it, right?
Yeah, I feel like our whole family is sort of the comedic relief of the show, but we also go through some things.
Yes.
But yeah, working with them was amazing. I mean, this is so complicated, but so I'm part of quadruplets.
Yes.
But three of us were born one day, and then one was born the day after. So it's kind of like that separation in the show, but offset, we were all like best friends, sisters. And I remember everyone would ask me, Caitlin and Brielle, like, "Are you sure you guys aren't related?" Because we just really clicked, and I think it showed on screen, which is great.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm the middle triplet, so as all middle children, we kind of want to like make sure we have our own voice, and sometimes we struggle with our individuality. But overall, it was so fun to play, and Natalie and John, who play
Yep.
Wayne and Jane, our parents, I'm obsessed with them. Working with them was incredible, but watching their scenes one on one on the show was just so amazing. They're hilarious, and I think we all took from that and were inspired by that on set.
Oh, absolutely. So, how much did you know, like, for the like when you were cast, like, how much did you know about like the quadruplet, like all that situation? Did you know a lot about that?
Okay, well, little story. I was actually like in this hotel when I sent my self tape for it, and they only sent us a scene which had all the quadruplets in it, but they only had audition lines for Carrie,
Gotcha.
and we could choose if we want to audition for Terry or Jerry, but they had the most character breakdown and description for Carrie, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna go with that. So I was up here. I literally just got out of the lake. I finished wake surfing, and I was like, you know what? I kind of look the part right now. I just had my bikini on. I just put on a shirt, and I did the scene. But I 3 weeks went by, and we didn't really hear anything. Then all of a sudden, it was like shortlisted, and then I was driving up to North Bay, and it kind of happened really fast. But I was really grateful because it's so fun working in the summer, but also we literally worked on location. There was no sets or made up locations. It was all on a lake.
Yeah.
So it's so amazing.
It's perfect. Like they put it out in like in the summer, which is amazing. It's
Yeah.
weird too, right? Because you don't sometimes like I feel like COVID as well, like pandemic has like really messed up plans too with a lot of shows when they come out, right? But like this
Yeah.
one, like great. The lake came out in the summer. Like you're
No,
good.
there's a lot of good vibes. I mean, I've been on sets and like COVID has just taken over them, and it's crazy because you think at this point we'd be on the other end of that. But I feel like the main struggles were the weather. I mean, it was nice, but we started filming in August, so a Canadian fall can, especially that up north, can like the weather can fluctuate. So I remember one time there was a tornado warning,
Mhm.
and they had
Wow.
to wrap early, and it's just a lot of night shooting, and it gets pretty cold. But overall, I was just lucky we were able to be in the environment because it was
Yeah.
beautiful.
So it's interesting too because you're acting and you said the pandemic came and you focused on acting a lot. A lot of storytellers though, Emily, like they go behind the camera, they write, direct. Like a lot of my friends that are actors, like they write, they produce, they direct. Is
Mhm.
that something you want to kind of dive into one day, or are you just still focusing on acting
No,
specifically?
for sure. I mean, I sort of fell in love with all the behind camera antics this past year
Yeah.
because I started film school. So I did a lot of like screenwriting class and doing a lot of different roles behind the camera. And I think that helps with your acting career
Yeah.
because you want to know how an editor works and how what you as an actor need to bring to the company and to everyone to make the whole process easier. But I fell in love with I write some short films every now and then for fun and that kind of thing. But Yeah, it's definitely something I've dove into more this past year.
I actually last month I wrapped production on a short horror film that I co-wrote and produced,
That's
which
crazy.
is like crazy. And I wrote it with Jesse Camacho, who Brielle Robillard knows. They worked on a movie together. So
Oh
like
wow.
small world. I know it's crazy.
It's so small, it's so small. That's great.
But I feel
Well,
like short, it's interesting because, you mentioned, like you like mess around and write shorts here and there. The short project, like the short film is becoming like very popular again because people are seeing it, I feel like, more than just like a stepping stone. You know what I mean?
yeah, there's so many festivals that have that category now, and a short can always turn into a feature.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a lot, like, yeah, sort of a way for people to slowly merge into that. But
Like proof of concept. Yeah, exactly. Which is amazing. No, there's so much. And very quickly before we wrap up, when people get a chance to watch The Lake on Prime Video, because it's out now, so I don't know what anyone's do. Like, I don't know what's going on with people. Like, they gotta watch it, right? It's out. What do you hope they get out of it when they watch it, takeaway wise?
well, I really hope that they can get a little peek into the Canadian cottage life because that's something that hasn't really been explored yet
Mhm.
in film and television, and see how blissful and relaxing, but how chaotic it can be. And we definitely have a lot of fun with the hectic side in the show. And also, it's a really important story. And Julian Doucet, our creator and writer, he is bringing a lot of experiences from his own life and with his birth daughter, and how queer acceptance has evolved through his generation to ours. And I think it's a really important story for a lot of people to see because it hasn't really been expressed yet through the media. So everyone go watch it because it's really fun
That
and
was a
heart.
very good answer. That was really good. I didn't think about that. Like the relaxing, chaotic. That was perfect. That was yeah.
Yeah, well, growing up being Canadian, it's a lifestyle very close to my heart,
Yeah.
and it's the best. I'm a little biased, but okay.
Absolutely. Emily, thanks so much for coming on Pop Turner. It was so great chatting with you.
Yeah, it was amazing. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, so the Prime Video, The Lake streaming now. They can follow you on social media, right? Instagram,
Yes,
TikTok.
yes. Just my name on Instagram. It has two L's because Emily Roman is actually not a very unique name, but anyways,
Yeah,
yes.
absolutely. Well, this has been Popternative, youtube.com/Popternative. Previous episodes. Until next time, it's Emily Roman, who you can catch on The Lake, streaming now on Prime Video, and PD Beats signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popternative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.